I'm with Holly Roe from Cinnaholic. They're located on Northshore Drive. Holly, tell us about your business.
Yeah, so we're a gourmet cinnamon roll bakery. We make everything from scratch. We've got cookies, brownies, edible cookie dough. You can frost and top your cinnamon rolls. We have 20 different frostings, 20 different toppings, so it's a lot of fun. And come in and customize your cinnamon roll and cookie dough.
What inspired you to get into business for yourself?
I've always wanted to own my own business. It's always been kind of a dream of mine. We were actually traveling and stumbled upon one of these, and it was the best thing I've ever had in my whole life. So there's not one in the whole state of Tennessee. So we were like, well, we got to fix that. So here we are.
With the pandemic, how did you all have to alter your business model? You said that you didn't have to let anyone go or lay anyone off, which is amazing, especially being a restaurant through this crisis. But what else did you all do to deal with the pandemic?
Yeah, so, it really makes you think outside the box. It's like my grandmother says, where there's a will, there's a way. We're gonna figure out how to do this safely. And luckily we have leaders who allowed us to continue to operate, thank goodness. So that's, we saved 14 jobs plus hours because of that. But we also added third-party deliveries, which we had some before, but we really vamped that up. And it's pretty amazing, March and April sales were pretty down. But then once we got some of these other things going, sales not only picked up, but we've surpassed our sales from last year.
You told me an interesting story about your own personal experience with cinnamon. Right after you got the franchise, you found out that
right before I went to Atlanta for corporate training, and they train you on how to make everything from scratch. And you're talking about quarts of cinnamon, large amounts. And so the first day we made rolls, and I started breaking out in hives from head to toe and realized that I am actually allergic to cinnamon, of all the things on the planet. So yeah, so that was interesting.
So how has that made you adjust what you do at Cinnaholic?
We got creative, and there are other things. I actually created something called not a roll, because it's not a cinnamon roll, but it still has frosting and toppings on it and a banana for the base. We created that, and that's what I eat. It kind of caught on because it's gluten-free, and we didn't have anything gluten-free, so now it's company-wide. All 50 locations have not a rolls now.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
You developed that yourself? That's awesome. When it comes to the names of your creations, you said that you developed the Not a Roll and Mama's Pecan Pie. Do you do that? Does the franchise do that? Is it a collaboration? How does that work? And have you always been into food and food creations?
Well, I live in East Tennessee, so who doesn't like food? People are like, what are you doing over there? Because our sales are, really great for this location. I'm like, you don't understand. People like to eat around here.
Yeah, we're actually like a foodie town. Yes, we may not be known for that around the country, but we are.
So yes, luckily this franchise gives us a lot of freedom, and we get to customize things for our area. So like we have a Scruffy City roll for Knoxville, we have the Great Smoky Mountain, obviously, and we get to come up with those combinations.
What advice would you give someone who wants to follow in your footsteps and be an entrepreneur?
You think, oh, I can't do that. Don't have that mentality would be my first piece of advice. I would just give them the advice to go for it, seek out really good counsel. We had a lot of great people in our corner that really helped us get started.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that interview, but probably not as much as I'm going to enjoy the Great Smoky Mountain Roll. Delicious.